Hello, everybody. Hello. I'm here with Frank Pantell, who is one of the most excellent, not just agents that I know, but also people that I know.
Thank you.
Yeah, so thanks for
Appreciate
being
that.
here,
Thank
Frank.
you. Very
Definitely.
nice. Thank you.
Frank was one of our instructors on Ignite, and this was session 10, and it was about negotiating the deal. So, Frank, I thought you did a great job in the
Thank you.
session. So, what I'd like to do is just tell us a little bit about, first, about your story and how you became, and how you got into real estate in the first place, and how you became attracted to Keller Williams. Why don't we
Sure.
start there?
I'll try to make it a little bit shorter than
Right.
it usually is. I'm an accountant by education.
Yeah.
Spent pretty much my whole adult life in different forms of different aspects of construction, development, land development. Was a subcontractor on large builder projects, and all along was a real estate broker. Did limited volume for outside clients, generally worked with our own investment portfolio and partners. Over the years, transitioned more and more into doing residential brokerage for a wider client body, and started building a team a couple years back. Came over to Keller Williams specifically because I appreciated the training they offered, and I knew the real estate business already. I knew that they had the training that could help me put the people together and the systems to build a team to take it to the next level. And I've gotten more out of it than I expected. I had pretty high expectations.
Right. So as you can see, this is a gentleman with a lot of experience, and from what I know, you know a house inside and out. You're able to take people on a walkthrough. I mean, you're a master, really. I mean, I don't want to embarrass you or compliment you like that.
I can't accept that, but I have run into most residential construction scenarios and have knowledge about what to do with them. So yes,
Okay.
it's something I know about. Yes.
So with that knowledge, Frank, when you talk about negotiations and negotiating the deal, you mentioned that listening was the most important part of negotiations. Tell me about that.
It is, because you want to listen and understand. You want to talk. You want to listen more than you speak, because you want to understand what it is that's important to the other party. So if you can give them some of what's important to them, and use that as a way to get what's really important to you, you're accomplishing your objectives. You can give them what they want oftentimes, or some of what they want, and use that as a tool to accomplish the things you need to accomplish. You can only do that if you pay attention, if you ask questions, and then listen to the answers to understand what it is that they're actually looking for.
That's great. That's right. Because the approach from a lot of agents, like, we have this idea that you have to be cutthroat. No, we need to do this to get what you want, and sometimes that leaves the other person feeling screwed, for lack of a better term.
I always like to feel that I think it's important to let the other party win, period, or at least let them feel they won, and at least let them win on some things. So pick some things that you don't mind giving up that are less valuable to you. Let them win on that. Let people walk away feeling like, okay, this was a good experience for me. I came out of this okay. If they come out of it feeling beaten down, like you've just stepped on them, the rest of the transaction will be very difficult. Every time you need something, and life is full of uncertainties, no matter how good your position is at the beginning, things are bound to happen that you will need to go back to the other party for. When that happens, if you've left them with a very sour taste, it's tough to continue to get what you need. I always like to let them win.
That's right. And you gave the example of being at Disneyland. You might spend $6,000 at Disneyland, but you're happy.
Right.
And how does that tie into, like, letting them win and feeling good, and about getting what you want, and having all parties come together?
I tell my clients this all the time when we're selling a property. When we're selling a property, we are asking a person who's buying it to write a very big check. We're asking them to stroke a large check. It is easier to get a happy person to write a big check than an angry person. So we want to make it easy for them to give our client a lot of money. Let's make it a positive, pleasant experience for them. And I tell my clients this all the time. Let's keep our buyers as happy as we can. Let's make sure we have a happy buyer that's happy to hand us their money. Let's not make it where they're resenting us, angry at us, and begrudging every dollar they're paying us. We want them to write that check.
That's right. Because you have the end result in mind already. So what you were saying was that you want to make it easy for the other party to say yes.
Yeah, absolutely. There's things we need them to say yes to. Let's make it as easy and palatable as possible for them to say yes. We want them to say yes. Let's make it pleasant and easy for them to do, not complicated.
That's right. And do you find that their bottom line often changes because if you give them a feeling of satisfaction, they may say, "We're not going anything higher than this, and this is necessary, and this." But if you make them feel good, do you find that their bottom line has
Absolutely.
changed?
I think a couple things happen. One is if they have a positive mental framework going into it, if they are excited about what's happening, if it's energizing to them, if they're getting to a place that they want to be at, it's much easier to keep saying yes than if they feel frustrated, stressed out, and like they're not accomplishing what they want. And oftentimes, people don't know their bottom line until they get there. So they may tell you what their bottom line is going to be, and they may believe they know what their bottom line is going to be. Until they're there, they don't really know. And it's the famous Mike Tyson quote, everybody's got a plan until they get punched in the face. And until the person is there and it's real to them, they don't really know what they're going to do in that situation.
That's right. You know, that's like the third time I've heard that. I even saw it on Facebook about 10 minutes ago,
Right.
how the world works, and you come up with these quotes and you vibe together. It is amazing.
Mike Tyson isn't a typical motivational speaker, but he's got a couple good things to
Oh,
say.
he's great. He's great. So, and we'll end with this. It's the keep it simple strategy. Okay, so you talked about minimizing distractions, and that distractions are usually emotions. So minimize emotions. I know personally, I'm more of an emotional guy, but that often can, that's me injecting my emotions into the situation. How do you absorb emotion, like you say, and keep a cool demeanor? Just be cool.
What I try to do is, first of all, not put any of my emotions into it. I try to not have emotions about it. I try to just, what is my client's best interest? That's what they're trying to accomplish. The other party is instrumental in accomplishing that. Good, bad, or otherwise, whether I like how they're approaching things or not, they are a part of the equation that we need, and we need to move them along to accomplish our goal. They're a tool that we need as we accomplish our goal. So I don't view them emotionally. They're part of the process. So I try not to ever put my emotions in. Number two, it's an emotional circumstance for most people. Let them be emotional. I don't tell people, I don't shut their emotions down and tell them they don't feel that way. I let people vent as much as they need to. I did this last night with a very rational client of mine, very rational, very logical. Her buttons got pushed a little too hard, and at 8 o'clock last night, I was letting this CFO type person vent and, almost get emotional about things. And I understood completely why she was, and it was very reasonable for her to feel that way. And she shared that, got it off her chest, and then said, "Frank, no matter what, I'm glad you're listening. Thank you for letting me vent. No matter what, don't let me do anything that's going to make this not be a pleasant experience for my buyer, because I need them to buy this property and give me their check." She said, "So no matter what, at the end of the day, I want you to keep me from doing anything that's going to be against my best interest." And I really try to I feel that you have to absorb that emotion. It's a natural thing for people to be upset about. It's a big deal. Let them express that emotion, get that off their chest, absorb it, validate it. Don't contradict it. Don't argue with it. But then say, after you understand it and validate it, then go on to say, "But I know my job is to do what's in your best interest, and I think what's in your best interest, because I know your goal is this, and I know we need to get to here. And in spite of these obstacles, I think this is what we need to do to get to here, so that you accomplish what's important to you."
Frank, what I love about Frank here is that he's such a giving person, and you're able to give a lot because you can receive. You could receive that emotion. You could absorb it. And so when you talk about a true win-win, it's about that. This is Frank's method of being both parties able to feel validated, to feel like they've been heard, listened to, that they're gaining something. So, but did you notice that he's all business? He wants the check. He wants the check at the end of the day, right?
Well, my clients to get the check at the end. That will result in, of course, me ultimately getting the check. But my fiduciary obligation is to get them their check. Yes,
that's right.
Get their check.
That's right. So he's a true win-win scenario, and that's why this guy was teaching how to negotiate the deal. So thank you so much, Frank. I really appreciate it.
Pleasure. Thank you.
I really appreciate that. And Ignite is a series of training classes that we have here at our agency that you can learn. It's to get agents into production, whether you're a new agent to expand your skills, or whether you're an experienced agent who wants to take it to the next level. No matter where you're at in terms of your real estate journey, if you're just starting out with a company and moving on, training is so important, and the support and the community behind it.
Yeah, and I would just add on that within our environment at Keller Williams, I've done this for a long time, so there are a lot of people that I'm able to share knowledge and experience with. But I got to tell you, there are a lot of people that I learn from on a regular basis just from being around them. People, whatever level you're at, there's always people several levels above you, and
That's
there's
right.
a great willingness
That's
to
right.
share. And I've had people share really, valuable business insights that they've gained over many years.
Yeah.
And saved me a lot of time by sharing them.
Yeah, great. So the moral of the story: surround yourself around good people. Surround yourself about those who are going to support you, educate you, lift you up. If you'd like to be involved, please reach out to me, send a message, and remember, here's my tagline, Frank. Remember to take time to live life by design, and remember to take time to live life on your own terms. Thanks a
said.
lot. Thank you.